What's up? Hold on. Let's do this together. You're right there. Okay, sorry about that. So that's what I look like. Let's see. Can I hear everything? I'm gonna get in here in just a second. I have no idea. Okay, there I am. So I have no idea who's gonna show up tonight or who, I really didn't. I started it off at 8 o'clock. Made a video. There's a video for tomorrow night. Kick off a little Mob Monday. It's only the first one I made so far, and you might see me in this green shirt, but the angle's different. But for sure I didn't change the shirt. Anyway, so let's go ahead. This is just random. I will say tomorrow night is I put my 2 cents in on the fight that happened with John Gotti at Marion. I've been wanting to do it for a minute, and there's a few things I said. So I see the truth. Let's start. So you got a lot of comments. You started off earlier before anybody went on. There's a delay. Am I going to do this tonight again? Wear these freaking glasses. I can't help it. Okay, so you're just talking basically about FBS, which I know nothing about. I know nothing. I have not once seen FBS, a Tony Pizza, which I never really knew what he did. But I haven't looked since I've been out. I've not seen one thing about him. The only mob tube stuff I saw, or mob related stuff I saw, was Canarsie. Couple minutes into dude, James Proctor for like 30 seconds. I forgot the other one's name, but it was just really, I was just going through stuff to try to figure I still don't know who the guy JT is. Everybody's talking about. What a terrible existence. You're talking about FBS and those guys, I guess, right now. Johnny Mac, join his channel. If somebody can put a link out there. FBS may commit suicide if he has to spend a lifetime obsessing over Tony Pizza. Yeah, Johnny Mac has a paranormal channel. So you guys subscribe to his channel. I was watching him last night. Actually, some pretty cool stuff, Johnny. So is it infamous Sylvia? You're asking for my email address. Normally, I would say, oh, I think you tried to reach out before, by the way. You did, and my friend told me I was supposed to reach back out to you, I believe. Just do this. RJROSSO1969 So RJ Rossos 1969 And anybody really can reach me there right now if they want to. I still can't get info convicting. By the way, before I go into this, and I see Frankie, I'm going to put this out here. Before I go into this, somebody had mentioned an addiction recovery person said that I need to quit playing victim. Based on the last videos I've been doing, based on since I've been home. I think I've gone out of my way to say that the reason I'm in the situation I am right now is based on the choices that I've made. So, okay, but I do appreciate the comment, but I did want to say that. Frankie, good question. Robert, who makes the calls for the DWB? That's Dirty White Boy. It's a prison game. Is it a president, council, or some type of majority vote? Here's the dirty little secret. It's not even a secret. The Dirty White Boys have no governing body, no body or council. If they've started that, I'm not hip to it. Okay. The way that happens is you've got a shot caller on every yard that's independent from any other shot caller on any other yard. There was connections made between one yard or another, but that shot caller really can. It depends on who's below him. It depends on how many guys, and he can make an authoritarian move just based on what he says, or he can go from the majority vote. Now, there might be dirty white boys that watch this that disagree, And let me be clear, there is an Indiana chapter of the Dirty White Boys. It's totally different from any of the feds. And I also heard there's some out of California, maybe out of some state prisons. I'm talking about the federal Dirty White Boys, but there is no council. For example, the reason I got to the position I did at Lewisburg was just because there was a few of us. The guy who was calling shots, Billy Weston, went to the hole, and there was nobody else wanted to fill the void. I really didn't either at the time. There was only like 4 or 5 of us. There's 5 of us, but it just so happened. And at the same time, the administration put it out there that the heads of every group had to go to basically sit on the wall once a month and sit down at SIS, which is the Institutional Gestapo, the intelligence service, and you had to sit down there for 5 minutes, regardless if you said a word. And they did that because they wanted the yard to see that people can talk to staff one-on-one, basically go snitch. That's what it is. So when I got pretty much voted in, it was based on they trusted me. That's how it worked with me. Okay. So that's what happened in my situation. But no, there's no council. It's not a criminal organization. They consider it a moderate disturbance group. I think the BOP has it classified still. I'm talking about the Dirty White Boys. MRH, Mob Rat Hunter, what's up, Rob? Good to see you. Good to see you too. Thanks for joining. And again, guys, you guys can ask me anything. That's why I'm here. And I probably won't. We'll see if I make an hour. I just was going to jump on tonight. You know what? I don't have a whole lot to do. Good to see you're out doing well. Cuban B, thank you. Cuban B, wow. I said something about a guy that sold dope. Man, close name. MRH. Hold on. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. But yeah, I'm trying to look for you guys. That was a good comment for me to talk about. So whatever you guys are trying to say or ask or whatever you're trying to do, handle it. And I'll respond. And I'm saying that because last night again, I'm doing well, actually, you know, it was kind of the timing was right because I only had about 20 minutes of content or whatever. What upon watching you from Metro Detroit. Okay, I am the one. Okay, Detroit. All right. Thanks for watching. You guys are rebuilding there too, ain't you? I think you are. I think Detroit gets a bad rap from the past, from the crack epidemic, but I think you guys are starting to come out of it, I think. David Lamb, nice to see you again. Thanks, David. So hopefully Detroit, I mean, that prime real estate, great spot. Yeah, hope you guys make a comeback. And is there still houses for a few dollars there? I don't know. Used to be for a minute. I think that you had to move into the house. It was like $5,000 or something. Those neighborhoods that were destroyed, something like that, right? Nobody has a wrench to put it out. I have one wrench, and I'm not sure if he's here right now, but whatever. It's okay. I don't really, and I tell them the only thing I've ever said, I don't care about people even attacking me. I just don't want people to talk about my ex. Donnie Ragu, good evening, Rob. Happy to see you doing well, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I actually feel really good today. I do. So we'll see. We'll see what's up with that. You remember Billy Kinney, Boston guy, always in the law library, redheaded guy? Yes, I do. Yes, I remember Billy Kinney. Yeah, I sure do. And this guy right here, I keep telling Tammy Kennedy. We got to talk someday. I want to know how you got all that. Did you ever come across DMI guys in the feds? No, on this day in MMA. So I just started hearing about them. I know that they're rivals, I guess, with the Maryland Aryan Brotherhood, right? Who, by the way, I did a video about this. One of their founders was a guy that was actually PC'd up. Actually was going to be in arms, and they didn't want him. Member of the Aryan Resistance Militia, they didn't want him. He got beat up by them. I forgot his name now. There's a video about it, but yeah, and then went and started. He went to Maryland and said that I guess he had sanctioned from the California brand. It was total bullshit. Oh, that's Chucky Flynn's co-defendant. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Rob. So it's easier for me to read on the screen. There's just a delay. That's the problem, you guys. That's the problem. Streets froze up to the top cars in solid ice for weeks. It's still a shithole. Okay. I was trying to rep your city for you, bro. You know? Yeah, I know. I thought they were coming back for real. Yeah, that's what. Matter of fact, I need to watch some YouTube about it. You can learn all kinds of shit on YouTube. I like all those travel documentaries, man. I think I'm moving to Thailand one day, or the Philippines, or North Vietnam. North Vietnam. All you need is like those places. You need to have an income showing $1,000 a month. Apartments are from 300 to 600, like up. This is pretty much in all those places. With electricity, like an extra $100, groceries $100 a month. That's what it's saying. This is recent. I just watched this travel, but who knows? They also said something about Mexico that wasn't true, that their cost of living was real low. And I know some expats that went down there, and it's not as cheap, but who knows how they're living as well, right? So who knows? Rope Scout, happy Sunday. You too. I'm looking for comments from you guys. I don't really know what else to say today, you guys. Like I said, I just came on. There's a lot of different. There were some questions last night. Stayed up for like 2 hours, and okay. How different is technology and lockup compared to your first stint? Alexander Wilson. Awesome question. Totally different. First of all, the only thing we had was phones and mail call. Man, I missed mail call too when I was in. That used to be like a real happy moment, if you were getting letters. If not, it can be pretty bummed out. The difference in technology since my first stint, I mean, night and day. So the first thing I remember as far as technology was actually a kiosk in Lewisburg where you can go punch in your information and get like your commissary account balance. That's the first thing that I've noticed about technology. Then it went into core links, which is you can have direct email access to approved contacts only. That happened for me in 2010 when I was at Butner. It actually started as a pilot program in I think Victorville, and I want to say in around 2008. Then came the MP3 players. Now they have tablets, which I did not get this time when I was in, just because I was too short. I didn't have the money and I was too short. Didn't really want one. But they have tablets now, and those tablets will end up being visits soon, phone calls soon out of the tablet. They have technology at the private prison over here in Oklahoma, Core Civic or whatever, and they have tablets, and you can visit from the tablets. Music, movies, everything, and I think a lot of the movies were for free. That private prison, it seems sinister on one hand, because basically they're buying us for profit, right? The feds are contracting us out. They're buying it. Whatever way you want to look at it, that's what they're doing. So that seems kind of sick, but they're doing it better. Now, the yard things suck because you can only go out once a day if they got it right for an hour a day. You're in the unit. The units are big. Pretty kind of boring, but you really didn't need any money on hygiene and stuff. They gave you, and all the hygiene worked. The deodorant worked. The soap was okay. The toothpaste was good. And that's important. And anybody that's done time knows what I'm talking about, because you just not those little Bob Barker. Usually it was those Bob Barker pack bullshit. It's not like that at Core Civic. Not when I was there. So medical, and I don't know. There was some there. I never had to get to where I had a serious medical need that needed emergency care right then. I don't think. Well, that's not true. So I did have an accident. I can tell that story real quick. So the accident, when I was being transported from Washington County Detention Center to Core Civic, we were in the back of the van, and they had us, tied to our belly chains with feet chains on and ankle restraints, I guess they're called. And they didn't seatbelt us in. And there was a semi that came across the road and cut off the van, and they hit the brakes, and we all went flying up front. messed my shoulder up. My shoulder's still to this day, something's wrong with it. That should be added to my lawsuit that I just beat the summary judgment, or just past summary judgment, I should say. Let me see what we got here. So I hope that answers your question. It's night and day, night and day. Oh, then real quick, back on that, the technology. Also, when I was in the Washington County Detention Center, everything's off a kiosk. And you know what it made me feel like? I swear to God, there's times I didn't feel like I belonged out here. And then I don't feel like I belong in there either. It was really weird, especially in that Washington County Detention Center, which is in Fayetteville. And I guess Fort Smith's like that. A lot of places have these kiosks now. But I felt so out of place because everything's off the kiosk and navigating the kiosk, and it just the anxiety from that and stuff like that, whatever. How come you got a life sentence on your first federal conviction, and that boy from Baltimore only got 30 months on his third cocaine conviction with 2 convictions coming out of 8? What? What? Oh, don't tell me that. Don't get me into it, Spirit of New Orleans. I didn't know that. And I don't know if you're correct. You probably are. 30 months for cocaine? 30 months for cocaine in the federal system? Jesus Christ. I don't want to start getting into somebody else's business like that, for real. With 2 convictions, so I don't know what third cocaine conviction. I don't know. I don't know his circumstances, okay? I know federal law. Jesus Christ. And I don't want to get started in a beef with this guy, man. I actually liked a couple things. There's some people that have hammered me about saying that I liked a couple things about him. And you guys know who I'm talking to. There's Baltimore channel. I do. So I got no problem. But what you're saying right there, based on the federal guidelines, oh my God. I don't even want to. I don't know his circumstances. I do know federal law very well, actually. So, damn, man, I'm going to watch what's going to happen now. Rob, do you think you'll stay away from your triggers and anyone that will bring you down? Anthony B. Fuck you. What a good crest. I honestly think you're a really good guy going through some real struggles. I trust you can make it. Thank you, Anthony B. Do I think I can stay away from triggers and anyone that'll bring me down? Everywhere I go, there I am. Everywhere I go, there I am. There is me. I hope and pray, and I do pray every day. And I don't care if you guys believe in God. I broke down my belief in spirituality on a video. I believe God is energy, and that energy can be in a person form or well, I did a video about it. So I have got back into the habit of praying. I have. So I do hope that I can keep what I've got right now. And like I said, and I've got a little bit beat up about being a victim in this. Every day I feel like the fog is lifting out of my brain, but it doesn't keep all day. It doesn't, I get fogged out where I can't do much. I just got to go sit in a chair and fall asleep or whatever. That's true. A lot of sleeping right now. So last night I did that live and I stayed up till probably like 2 a.m. and I got up at 10 and I didn't take a nap today, but I was zonked out here about 2 hours ago. And when I first put this up and then I started feeling better. So there's definitely, and I do believe that's buprenorphine. Like I've said, some depression issues, but there will be people in my life that will probably be triggers and challenging. That is true. And I guess that will be the test, right? But what I can say is where I'm at right now, I'm in a good place mentally. That's what I can say right now. That's what I can tell you for sure. Okay, that's not the same one. Anthony B, I'm trying to go on. Nuna business. No, none of your business. I like to smoke weed, drink beer, and look at fat bottom Southern ladies. I like to look at skinny bottom Southern ladies and ones from other places. I would like to drink beer. I don't necessarily like to smoke weed. I'm debating about whether that'll be in my future. I'm not sure. But yeah, good comment. Glad to Eugene Napolitano. Glad to see you're back, Rob. Take it one day at a time. They say that for a reason. Easy does it. Go slow. Good luck on your comeback trail. I'm rooting for you to win. Thank you. I've had an overwhelming amount of support, and I do appreciate that. Is this my friend? What are you gonna say? I think I see Ron Coleman. I think that's what I just saw. Hold on. Go ahead and say it, Rob. Rob, do you want to? Go ahead and say it. Rob, do you want to? What? Go ahead. And I haven't talked to you yet. And you tried to call me sometimes. And when you tried to call me, I just wasn't talking yet. And then you kind of ragged on me and said something about you're not all that. You can't talk. Rob, do you have an email? My email right now, and I probably shouldn't put it out there, but whatever. This is my personal one. It's rjrosso1969@gmail.com. Ron Coleman, you want to come on the show? Not tonight, like this week. We can do a live. Do you want to come on? You can run your mouth about me. Another one that knew me real good. I won't even tell anybody your nickname that I gave you. I promise. Alfie Zaza. No, I'm not. And that's one of the problems. I'm bummed. I'm having to deal with that. And I don't mind saying it. I have to deal with that sober. And it sucks. It sucks. Yeah, because people talk about my wife being so beautiful, and damn sure she's one of the most beautiful girls I've ever laid eyes on in my life. That has nothing to do with it. That girl was the best person I've ever known in my life. Smart, best conversations, cool as cotton, just everything. And I blew chunks. And that is a fact. And I don't mind saying it. But I don't want comments about her and all that. Please, that she doesn't deserve it. Ever heard of, okay, Justin Mason, have you ever heard of Elohim City in Arkansas? No, I haven't. Where's it by? I've been all over Arkansas. I never heard that. Never. Mr. Mustard, I can see your name. I can't see your comment until it gets on the screen. This is the person that gave me the hardest critique ever on convicting. How long did you have hot chocolate You're going to come off with some. How long did you have hot chocolate as a cellmate? Are you now open to alternative relationships? Okay. Hot chocolate wasn't my cellmate. Who was my cellmate? Chase, really good guy out of Nebraska, was my main cellmate. The other one, they did try to put, well, he wasn't chocolate, but he was, I don't know what nationality. They tried to put him in my cell, and I ended up going to the hole over it. Yeah, I did at the CCA or whatever. That was funny though. Alternative relationships, my ass. I guess right now I can call me celibate for real, and I'm okay with that. I'm doing try edibles instead of smoking. I said it last night. Back when I used way a long time ago, back in 20, actually it was in 23, not 24. The end. I went out in the mountains. Did I snort or smoke? I think I smoked methamphetamine. I was sober, and then I smoked, but I have to drink if I do meth. I can't do, if I do meth without drinking, it's miserable. I'm an alcoholic first. I did meth to drink more in a lot of cases. Not every time, not all the time, but in a lot of cases, but I had to drink. And I had brought somebody to Oklahoma, and in Oklahoma it's legal, and they bought from a convenience store a bag of gummy bears, the big ones. And my friend's girlfriend at the time, whatever she was, gave me a gummy bear. And I was geeked for sound. That means I was high. It means I was wired. And it knocked me out in 45 minutes. Any kind of wire, knock my dick in the dirt. Knock my dick in the dirt. And I need to put here, everybody, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Coleman, where are you at? Come back. That's what I'm gonna. It's okay, Alfie. It's cool. It's cool. I created that. She tried very, very hard, very, very hard, very hard. Love her to death to this day. Love, miss her terribly, miss her terribly. It's okay. How is your sobriety? That's what I'm saying. I'm doing. Since I've been out, I did good. I'm doing good. I have Suboxone that I was on when I was in there, and I stopped taking it, and I had strips, and I actually had 30 strips, and I put it out there, and two people actually had reached out to me to buy them. And one person wanted to give $20 a strip and send me $600, and I'm flat broke, and that was cruel to even put that out there. At that point, I threw away 28 just in case I would go back and do that because of the situation that I'm in. But I did keep two. I do have two. I have an older sister that really wants me on it. And I'm going to tell you, possibly Suboxones have stopped the cravings for alcohol. But I don't know. So now I've been out 4 weeks tomorrow and 2 weeks off the shot. That's where I'm at with that. I think I know what you're going to say right here. I'm going to look. Alfie says, do you do meetings? I can't. So people last night told me about AA online, and I might do that. I like the NAAA fellowship a lot. I do. A lot of people don't. I do. Especially the one that I was in, the community that I was in. And if I lived up in Fort Smith right now, I would. I'm in a position, and even if I had things going on down here right now, I probably would do that at least 3 times a week. I think I would. And I do. I'm not under the illusion that I do not need a sponsor and do not need. I'm not. So basically, what I'm considered right now is a dry drunk. People would say. But at the same time, I've been talking about drugs on here, but like during the daytime and stuff, I'm not around anybody. I'm around my mom and one other person, and or that I see every day, every other day, whatever. And so that's when people talk about triggers. I haven't seen my other friends, and I do got some really good friends that drink or whatever around here that I'm gonna see. You can't not see people here, and they're my friends. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure they're listening and whatever. Let me see what you're saying here. Anthony B. Rob, just take it slow. You'll start to feel better every day. Stick with positive people and take advice from mom and anyone else that cares about you. Life will get better. Thank you. Joe, cool. Hey, Coleman, don't just bounce out. Come back in. Joe, cool. I seen your live last night talking about Butchie Doe. That's actually news footage on YouTube on the paramedics pulling him out of the building after one of the times he got shot. Really? Uh, yeah. Butchie Dole. What a guy, huh? I mean, obviously he did bad shit. Everybody tried to kill him like his whole life, right? From what I understand. He ran around with Capozzi and all the Richie Whalen, the Boston guys. I am no one. You're a good man. You can see it in your words and actions. Thank you. I think there's some people that would disagree. But well, I don't know. Whatever. Hey Rob, your first day in Leavenworth is still one of my favorite videos of yours. Great video. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, 15 minutes. I was there. Justin Mason. I was there 15 minutes and was on that shit. I'm done. You don't deserve to go back to lockup. Should have been rehabilitation. Well, in fairness to probation, they put me in once. I made the move to go the second time. And okay, here we go. I thought this was somebody else. I made the move to go the second time, and then probation intervened. But as the judge said, we've used all the tools in the toolbox. So they did send me to 2 rehabilitations on the out, 2 counselors on the outside, 3 actually, and then inpatient program, which I did like. Hold on, Joe Cool. It was a triple shooting and his wife got shot and died. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, I'd probably do something about him one day, huh? Okay, Coleman, I see you down there. Just give me a second. Sorry to hear about your wife, man. Too rough situation. Yeah, thank you. It's cool. It's cool. Okay, I see Joe Close says they call me to the hot. I'm not putting my glasses on yet because then I start fucking going like this constantly. They called the hospital after and told them not bother stitching him up because they're going to shoot him again. Did they really? Wow. Yeah, man. How many times did he escape death, actually? Give back. You have a purpose and hell of a story. Thank you. Oh, he's saying, yeah. This was going to say, yeah, I heard that about the YouTube thing. Okay, Coleman. So Tammy Kennedy's saying something. Yep, I heard that. Let me see it, Coleman. Let me see. No telling what this one's going to say. This is my buddy. We used to beef a lot over TV stuff, right? Love you. I miss you, brother. I'm glad you're back out. We got this time. You gotta, you get a hold of me. Tell me when I gotta work. Tell me when I gotta work at 2:30. So I'm gonna do it. Okay, cool. So yeah, you'll go on with me, huh? You can go on. You can talk your shit about me too. Because I know you got a smart mouth and a lot of shit to say, right? And I don't mind. I don't mind because there's nothing that I remember being so foul that I did there. Sure you can, but great guy. We did, boy. Primarily over me holding everybody hostage over that fucking TV with that Fox News 24/7. I think everybody, man, I drove people out of their minds over that shit. I did. Man, really looking back, Coleman, I swear I would have beat me up. I think, man, I was relentless with that shit just because I had that fucking remote, right? I mean, I'm not saying nobody else. Everybody don't get it wrong. It's not like nobody else had TV and stuff. I just had a remote, and I would program it so people couldn't start watching anything else. Just had to saturated everybody with news and just drove them. He and a crew hit an armored truck and bank, and he stole all the money from the rest of the crew. Okay, Joe Cole, I see you. But yeah, Coleman, I'm gonna get a hold of you soon. I promise you. And I'm telling you, just I don't know if you've seen these lives. Really, I just came home. Uh, like it wasn't like any other release, and it was just like that. So Justin C, Rob Rosso back on live and still alive. Love your content. Thank you, Justin C. So videos all week. There will be videos all week. And like I said last night, really, I should be doing lives every night with the videos. Videos at 5 o'clock, premieres every night. If I don't do it, blast me. I got one for tomorrow already. Okay. So they're talking about Butchie. That's what they're talking about. He robbed 250K. Really? I guess he was a bad heroin addict. A lot of all the Boston guys, not all, but you know what I mean. A lot of them. And I've since watched YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've since watched YouTube about Charlestown and like the neighborhoods and the Irish and the whole immigration. Yeah, man. All those guys, most of them end up like robbing banks, armed car robber, whatever. Rob, give us some juicy prison drug stories. I'm an addict and curious about how widespread it is, prices, etc. Juicy prison drug stories. Um, uh, okay, so let's go back. Going back to Terre Haute in 2012. Strips of Suboxone went for like $400 a piece. And at times they went down to $100 a piece. I've also seen them at $50 for a 64th of a strip, and I have bought them for that, by the way. That's Suboxone strips that people get high on. I mean, I've told quite a few drug stories. I'm stuck right now. So right now, a lot of meth in all the prisons. A chapstick cap, which is a gram, street gram, they say, is $100 right now. Cheaper in some, more in some, but I'm not going to name the prison that I just left, but it was, $100 a gram, $100 for a chapstick cap. And really, if you didn't have the money, they wouldn't care. How do people afford Habins prison? Isn't it like $100 for a paper? Okay, so the typical price for a price of heroin is $50, and it has been for like forever. The typical price. Again, meth is now dominant. It's K2, which is synthetic marijuana, which has destroyed prisons. That's first, Suboxone second. Those are the synthetic drugs. Heroin, I haven't seen for a while. I hadn't seen it since 2016 in prison, as a matter of fact. Actually, I did it in 14, but it was around in 16. But I primarily, it was Suboxone and maybe some pills throughout my 9 years at FCI Terre Haute. And there was dry times, times that I didn't use for a while. And every time I used it, I was said I was going to quit. But how do people afford it? Let me go back to that, Justin. See, how do people afford it? Family, jobs, hustle, steal, typical ways. And the way you buy drugs in prison basically is you can pay with stamps. Stamps is currency. So let's say I'm a drug dealer and I'm selling my drugs in stamps. I've got 10 books of stamps. Stamps are $5 a piece for a book of 10 at Terre Haute. 10 stamps, $5 a piece. Okay, US postal stamps. So I've now got 50 books. Now I've got 10 books of stamps. So now I'm dealing. So now I got hundreds of books of stamps. So what do I do with those stamps? I sell it to guys that buy drugs, play sports tickets, buy vegetables, buy food in the units because food's a hustle. I sell it to those guys because it's cheaper to buy stamps on the black market than it is to go buy them at the store. They're called yard stamps. So then that's how the drug dealers make money. And then you have money sent in real currency to the account. So if I'm going to sell you some stamps, I'm going to have you put money on my books, like your family, or you're going to buy me commissary, or you're going to send it to somebody on the street that I know. That's how that works. I wish I could say I don't know what you have been through, Rob, with the supermodel girlfriend and all. Trust me when I say this, will you get through this successful? Trust me when I say this, you will get through this successful and you'll be free from it all. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Again, the supermodel wife, it wasn't. Yeah, it was great to have that on my own. Yes, it was like a status symbol in prison to have somebody that hot, for sure. But that has nothing to do. I swear to God, it has nothing to do with anything. Thank you, Justin C. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, and I know let's see if I can get this. Last thing you'll think about on deathbed is whether you should have made more YouTube lives. Justin C. That was good. That was good. All right, let's go here. Are there legit millionaires in the Fed? Sure. There was a guy from the Zetas that was there for a while, and he was sending all the heads of the groups $300 a month for a minute, and then they got him out of there like in 6 months. But yeah, for sure. I mean, I was around Carmine Persico. Those guys were Bernie Madoff. Well, Bernie didn't have no money. Bernie didn't have any money. He didn't have no money stashed. That's all bullshit. That's all bullshit. He didn't do that. I heard the feds usually have made more money on this. I heard Fed inmates usually made more money on the street. You're talking about street money, meaning, so like, for example, and he's dead now, everybody knew he was a big gambler, big bookie. Miles Coker would make like $20,000 to $40,000 during a football season, and that money would end up on the street, if that's what you're talking about. Miles was a great guy, big heroin dealer out of New York, just a gentleman, nicest guy, well-spoken, black dude, didn't speak any Ebonics. When you were in Lewisburg, did you guys used to shoot heroin into your dick to pass SIS searches? Wait, did you guys used to shoot it to pass SIS searches? No. Now there's people that say that they put honey bear, that put liquid in honey bear jars and used to shoot it up in their bladder. Now, I'm telling you that I believe people that said that were passing that were lying and snitching. I tried it, and I'm, as somebody who catheterizes myself, and somebody who has catheterized myself because of my bladder cancer, and as somebody who was beating urine test on the street during probation, I used to put a catheter in me and run liquid at me. I did this constantly, hundreds of times when I was out, just just here before I went to the violation. I used to catheterize myself. It's natural to me to catheterize. And then the next step is pushing liquid in your bladder, which is disgusting. Disgusting. Okay. I mean, it's easy and it's nothing for me to do. But the thought of doing that to beat drug tests instead of being sober is disgusting, is what I'm trying to say. But Rob, Tammy Kennedy, I have one time, I don't have good veins. I'm like a junkie's nightmare with my veins. My veins are they're real hard to hit. Last time I had my surgery done or had went under was just 2 months ago for my bladder cancer stuff. And they poked everywhere. I did shoot heroin into my member. And you know what happened? It wasn't the vein. It was a tendon. It was a tendon. And it hurt so bad. And it was a yellow fluid in it. That is true. Oof. Jesus Christ. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And I hit my neck probably 3 times, which is another terrible thing. Guys, smoke the rat was gay smoke the rat was. What's up? Your opinion. Guys that hated rats when they were in prison and now are in every rat chat and friendly with the rats, saying things like, that means a lot coming from you when a rat likes his comment. Hold on. Your guys that hated rats when they're in prison, okay, and now are in every chat and friendly with rats, saying things like, that means a lot coming from you when a rat likes his comment. Yeah, so, okay, let's look at, from a YouTube content creator, you can't matter with whether rats are watching your channel or not, especially when you're trying to grow, right? Rats are going to watch your channel. So if some rat liked my channel or liked it something, would I say thank you? Maybe. But what I'm getting at is I wouldn't want to align myself with anybody. Well, look, I'll tell you this. I almost had Sammy the Bull on this show. Sammy the Bull's people reached out to me. Now, they ultimately didn't come on because I was talking shit about him. But Tommy Karate, in the letter that he wrote that I read to everybody out on YouTube, talked good about Sammy the Bull. Tommy Karate did. So, and was it Francesi too? Michael too. So Michael didn't reach out. Their people didn't. But the producer for Sammy, the girl, matter of fact, I've got it in here somewhere where they reached out and we're going to get him on the show. I probably would have put him on the show, because it was such a big deal. And I probably had 10,000 subs or whatever, which still I got like 15. My shows has grown solely because of my issues. But yeah, I probably would have. I can't say that I won't ever. I can't say that, to be honest. I just can't because, I have a chance to possibly have R. Kelly. I don't know if I'm going to make that leap. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I know somebody right now who just sent me an email that's with R. Kelly. Yeah, he's in the drug program. Did you see the stories of Officer USP Big Sandy assaulting inmates? Do you have any intel of that? I don't have any intel on officers assaulting anybody at Big Sandy. Lewisburg was they were brutal. They were cuffing people's hands. There was a guy named Gotti, by the way, who slashed the AW in the face, and they handcuffed him behind his back and threw him down a flight of stairs. That was their thing. They used to push people downstairs and say they tripped. That the correctional officer beating up people is nothing new. I got lucky. Even to this, I got in 2 altercations. I won. It's when I was in this last time. There weren't. I won. I got very lucky in the feds. Before I went to the feds, I got my ass tore out of the frame by inmates. In the feds, I was into a lot of stuff, and I got very, very lucky. The only time that I got beat was by a correctional officer who called me out in the rec cage at Leavenworth, in the middle of the night, because I cussed him out because he wouldn't give me any more toilet paper. But the staff assaults, that stuff's real, happens frequently. I'm looking for the next thing. You ever see some crazy gambling games with tons of money? I heard a story on Big Herc about a dude who said he saw like 80 grand being gambled at a poker table. I've never seen 80 grand. Yeah, hundreds and thousands of dollars, but not like eight, like a couple thousand. Yeah, stuff like that. I used to play $600 a night. Full disclosure, $600 every night, basketball season, unders and over. Every single night, $600 bet. Sometimes 2 or 3 of them. Every night, $600 bets. So that was common. You can put in Miles would yeah, he's dead. So Miles would take that, and you can do street money. I happen to have a very, very, very big store. I made $1,500 a month, pretty much every month, once it got rolling, and sometimes more. Very, very few times less. So I was able to gamble a lot. And one time at Lewisburg, did I ever need help from outside sources to pay a bill? One time. Yeah, there's crazy big games. And back in the day, I heard there was even a lot more. Terminal Island, there was mob guys there and stuff with big money. I heard big stories about that. Dylan Thomas, you have to start shilling for Israel. Maybe you can get some funds from a new political show. That was good. That was good. We're gonna go. Are they gonna annihilate Hamas? They're gonna annihilate the cartels, I think. They're gonna annihilate. Yeah. Justin C. Yeah. I think cartels, and man, it's hard to have any sympathy for them with the fentanyl stuff, but I know some great guys that are my bad. I always heard that the caliber of federal inmates had more money doing stuff on the streets than like a state level so far. Yeah. Oh, way more money in the feds. Plus they had Unicor. So you got to understand the federal prison industries, Unicor is a sister corporation. They have jobs. So inmates are making like a lot of money a month, anywhere from 100 to 600 at different times in my incarceration. So all that money is being spent. So that's the source of income. Like, let's say you're in a coal mining town, that's a source of income. It starts with the federal prison industries. So 50% or 55% of the feds at one time had factory jobs. So there's big money. But yeah, there's big money in the feds. Yes, in state prison, you've got like the crumb snatchers, dudes that were like sitting on a wall selling 20 rocks, but they didn't actually have the 20 rock. They had to go to knock on a door, and they'd say, okay, I want a 20 rock. So you'd come up, you were the customer, and you want to buy a 20. This guy would take your money, knock on a door. Then that guy would go from that house to that house with your 20. And then by the time you got your 20 rock back, 3 people snatched it. Those crumb snatchers, those are state people, or guys that have snatched the purses from the purse snatchers. Those are state level, not in the feds. But let me tell you something about the feds. A lot of poor crack dealers were in the feds for a long time, but a lot of them worked in the factories. But you can hustle in the feds. Like, I'm sure you made more money on the street than a state level dealer. Yeah, for sure. The federal people did, for sure. Well, but there's some, I know some really big drug dealers too in the state. Joe Cool, did you know Michael? Yes, I know Michael. Yes, and I think somebody said he was at Butner at the one. So I think, and I know Shay. I know both the Shays, Anthony and Jackie. I like Boston dudes. I've said that all along. The Boston dudes they were the closest guys to the California guys. And you know what I mean by that? Dope fiends. A lot of them were dope fiends. And I'm not putting Mikey Holler on, absolutely not. So I'm not trying to put him down. I'm just saying the gangs weren't is California's more ganged up, but Boston guys and California guys are probably the most alike that I've been around. Rob, that story about shooting into your joint members, it made you sick. There was yellow fluid that came out of me. Yellow fluid came out of my member from the tendon. SIS used to bring guys down for searches. I heard they couldn't find the puncture. No, no, no. Man, SIS searches, it just depends. Hoop it if you can. You're gonna hoop it. Um, I remember one time I had a gram on me in Edinger. The SIS guy knew that I was with this little Chinese guy that had all the drugs. He knew. They probably saw me on camera making the deal. The whole time I had the gram. A gram of tar heroin pinched between my finger. So it was on the backside when I went like this, and I moved it to the. I got lucky, but yeah, I had a whole gram. So I mean, and it just depends. You got to act as calm as possible. And again, this is just things that are happen. I'm not saying that people should do this. Don't do drugs in prison, out of prison, and always be kind to law enforcement. And don't ever try to beat law enforcement because they're good people. How's the cancer treatment looking? I hope you're here with us for a long time. I hate cancer and seeing good people suffer and saying pain and chemo sick. I wish you luck, my friend. I'm the one. Thank you. Cancer's doing good. It will come back for sure. I have just saw a doctor that the urologist named Dr. Ogle, who told me don't let them take my bladder out ever. Because they keep wanting to take my bladder out constantly. They keep wanting to take my bladder. Well, they bring it up. They bring it up. Johnny Mac, I think I can see you. Don't do R. Kelly. I think I see this. Don't do R. Kelly. I like some music too, but he's still freaking good. I know. So, Johnny, you see the dilemma, right? I mean, that shit could blow up, right? But I wanted to, if I was going to do it, I would ask him like his day in prison. I want to ask him about his lover that I heard about and about how he didn't take showers and how he works out in a rubber wetsuit. He works out and he's got like he made like this, like a sweatsuit. It's like vinyl or something that he works out with. That's what he does. And then he goes, he sleeps, stays up night, writing music and singing and stuff like that. From what I understand. There's some people in my comment section that sound like they actually knew they were with him. But he's got this suit, and then he just goes and he hoses the suit out in the shower, but he doesn't shower, is what some people are saying. Yeah, you were there when Gotti, the guy's name was Gotti, was a Latin king out of New York, and he came up and just sliced Sneezik in the face. Then what did Sneezik? He was the AW prick. Sneezik came back 5 hours later, had it all stitched up, and walked in every unit to show like I'm a man. I wasn't. Rob, let me see. Yeah, it was during the lunch meal. AW was a dick. He was fucking horrible. So that morning, if you remember, there's two assaults there. My first assault was on a guy named Jimmy Couch at Lewisburg. He was an older dude, little. It was nothing big. And I did it in the chow hall, which you're not supposed to do in the chow hall, but I was the last person in, and it was just me and him, and everybody was out. I clocked him, and I hit him in the back of the head, knocked him down, and they put me in the holding cage in the showers. So I was getting processed into the shoe when they brought that dude Gotti in after the lunch hour. That happened in the morning, but I stayed in the holding cages to get processed in. So they shut it so we couldn't see him, but there was a whole trail of blood where they brought him. And I think they brought him straight to Allenwood and put him in the shoe there. Oh shit. Let me see something. Hold on, OG Mike. If you want to support the channel, donation can be made to No More Prison Cell. Thank you. Yeah, if you want to send me money, Cash App, no more prison cell. If you don't. I appreciate it. Let me see what you're saying here. Uh-oh. The drug laws and the DC prison closing changed the feds. He's talking about the fact that they closed down Lorton and sent everybody from Lorton into the federal prison system. And then at the same time was the crack epidemic of the 80s and 90s, and they put everybody in. That changed the feds. It brought down the caliber of people, not because they're black, just because of the lower level drug offenders. That's what happened. Yeah, Mikey for sure, anti-drug guy. Really nice guy. I felt sorry because of the way they went down. Like, because I know about Maddie and the what happened there, and at least I've heard. I never met Maddie. Never met Maddie. Yeah, both Mikey and Anthony, and Jackie was his brother too, and I fucked with Jackie. Joe Cool, you a Southie? Southie's, like I said, man. nothing but good. And I like the junky ones too, Richie. No, Everett. It's next to Charles. Oh, okay. That's where he's from, is what he's saying. Richie Whalen. Yeah, I like Richie too. Sad. That's another case of addiction taking somebody's life. I grew up close there, but not a lot. Okay, so I heard stories. All right. Diggity Delcor. What's up, buddy? Let me see. I think it's Diggity Delcor. What's up? Diggity Delcor. Okay. What's up? How you doing? Thanks for jumping in. You guys, but so I've been on like 55 minutes. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want me to ask or answer tonight. I'm not sure about a live tomorrow night. Probably not. I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and close. We're like in an hour. It was just like I said, it was a Sunday night. I just started to jump on for a minute. Um, it's 8 o'clock. I'm probably right now. I might do Tuesday's video. Should I leave my green shirt? So I got the green shirt on tomorrow too, so you guys will see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just do the John Gotti fight breakdown and want something about the AB, the commission being homosexuals. Oh fuck. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna set well with some, but whatever. I can prove it, and I know about it. Um. Anyway, yeah, that'll be my Tuesday's prop. Or if not, take care, get a cat. I need to get a cat because I got a mouse in this house. I'm at war with the mouse, and I don't have any mouse traps. This little son of a bitch is bold too, and it's so nasty. They make you give me the heebie-jeebies. Oh my god! After I did my live last night, I shut it off. I went in there, and that little son of a bitch was on the counter. Man, I tried to kill it with everything I had. I'll get a mouse trap. I can actually afford one. I should probably go to the store tomorrow and get it. But I've tried. I've tried broom. Man, I almost had that little bastard, and I think it's a pregnant mom. I do. Should I not kill it because it's a pregnant mom? Is this going to be cruel to animals? I'm not going to do anything to the mouse for YouTube people. I'm just kidding. I love mice. They're so nice. I knew a girl that was related to Mike, and she talked about him all the time. Met Shay's younger brother a few times also. Right on. Yeah, Jackie has he walked with the crooked back. I think he broke his back once or something, you know? Yeah. I wonder how many lifers for drugs are left in the feds because Obama dumped a bunch and there was like 3,000 left. Biden got a bunch. I wonder who's left really. Did those Charleston guys talk to Butchie while locked up? Yes. Yes. Yes, they did. Yeah, it was kind of, yeah. Yeah, they did. They did. They didn't, nobody, he didn't get, yeah. See, this guy knows even more because he was down, and you were in A block for a while with them, or B block. You were down on that end where a lot of them were. So me and this guy, his name's Rob, we moved to F block, which was on the nice side of the hall. We moved on up. Best unit in the system, in the prison, I think. Maybe K block because of the air conditioning at the time. But loved it. F block was great, and we had like a multinational TV room, except they had a black TV, and then we got those little white TVs for a while. Remember that was a little bit of a problem, Rob, because we wanted the third floor, and then yeah, it was a big of an issue, I think. Anyway, all right, you guys, listen, I'm going to close. If I'm going to be on tomorrow night, I'll let you guys know by somewhere early in the afternoon to give some time or something. I probably would do it at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock East Coast. I think. I don't know if somebody wants to put a timeout, which I should do. It'd be better. I'm thinking 8 o'clock lives if I do, because somebody said you guys you're an hour ahead. You got to go to bed on the East Coast. But she was the captain of the Boston Bandits. Oh, he was. That's right. But she was. And what about what was his name? Tony Montana guy. You know what I'm talking about, Rob. Oh, Jesus Christ, from Florida. Everybody knows who he is. There's rap songs about him. He would buy the baseball team every year. He would buy a baseball team. Louis Falcone. Louis Falcone. Are guys inside able to call a cell phone? If so, how? They get them back to that. Cell phones are all over in prison. They get them smuggled in from guards. That's how they get them in. That's how they get them in. All right, guys, let me answer this one and I'm out. And I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you. I despise the criminal justice system. I lost my brother to neglect treatment and he was terminally ill. I fought for compassionate release until his death. Oh my God. IV saved by grace. Oh, IV saved by grace. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. And you know what? It makes me realize how fortunate I got out on compassionate release because of bladder cancer. But man, there's some people that are just so, yeah, Falcone. There's some people that are just so deserving of it that aren't getting it. What's up, Ron Gross? I see you. Oh, I should tell people to hit the like button. Is that what you're going to say? Okay. Yeah. Thank you, man. Keep going. Hit the like button. Thank you. All right. So yeah, but more than likely tomorrow night. Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, Willie Falcone's out too. I got to hear about that lineup for the bandit. I want to get a call from my friend that's inside. Can you call me on my cell phone? Can I call you on your cell phone? I mean, you don't want to put your cell phone up. Can he call me on my cell phone? Yes. But wait a minute. He can call you on your cell phone even from the payphone, regular phones. But let me tell you something. Good to talk. Catch you later. Okay, Joe Cole. So let me tell you, I don't advise people to get cell phones and use them in prison because they find them and then they can find all the numbers that were being used and they trace it back to you. That's how it comes back. I didn't fuck with cell phones. Full disclosure. And I wanted to a bunch of times because I was in a relationship in prison with my old lady on the street. And that would have been great. They try to make him sign a DNR saying that he was. Oh man. So was he at Butner? This guy right here with compassion release signed the DNR? He was at Butner, wasn't he? I just found you on YouTube about compassion release and found you live. Okay. Listen, if you want me to, I'll stay a minute if you had any questions about that. I was going to get off, but I'll stay for you if you want me to answer something for you for sure. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. I don't know what he did and all that stuff, but they're letting so many people out on compassion release right now. It's just, yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. There's Eloy. What's up, Eloy? Man, I'm going to get off right now, but I'm going to be on. Hey, man, I just got out of church. I have a question. Did you mention that you were thinking about trying to become a lawyer? No, I'm not going to become a lawyer. I was talking about being a paralegal, and I probably not, man. I don't know. I do have friends that are in Kansas City right now. And I'm sure if I wanted to really take that route, they'd have plenty of work for me to do up there. Not saying that they can't have plenty of work for me to do now. Right now they don't, and because they're going through some transitions, and that's it. But no, I would never try to make the move to become a lawyer. Can you call me from the prison to myself? Okay. All right. Eloy, I'm going to call Cole this week. You can tell Colt. You can tell. Okay, thank you. Listen, and I'm going to jump on live, like I said, and I'll talk more about compassion release stuff for you and stuff. Okay. So let me just go through it real quick. I'm glad you got to spend time. I was spent 6 days with my brother, so he didn't die alone. We'll keep fighting for justice. Waymart. Oh, Waymart. Oh, he died in Waymart is what you're saying, right? PA. Okay, I got you. Okay. King Dom. I'm getting ready to close right now. I was gonna stay later. I was gonna start like now, but I just end up finishing. Let me try one more time, okay? I'm late for everything. I'll come on Tuesday night for sure. We'll see about tomorrow night. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. I see. Um, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wish there's something else I can say. Really. I'm sorry for your loss. Um, again, I'll be live if you have anything else to say and all that stuff. Reach out. If I'm not on tomorrow night, I can't see me not being on Tuesday night. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time.